اللي شو رأيك بهالجيل دوخ الكل اوف شو خطير تعال نحكي عن جيلي وجيلك ونسمع جنوة وللأخير. Hi Zahra.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah.
شو عملتي? What did you do?
Well, today was one of those days that actually nothing went right, but it's okay.
Why?
I got dressed to go to the gym, only to realize the gym was delayed. I was on my way here.
I hate that feeling.
And I took the wrong turn.
Oof.
So now we're on a mission to flip it.
I hope this thing goes right.
It will go right.
What is Zahra like? Tell me about Zahra. Who is she?
Who is Zahra? Zahra is getting to know herself every day. I'm introduced to myself through how people see me.
That's very nice. Do your friends actually tell you how they see you?
Yeah, and they tell me how I make them feel.
That's very
which
nice.
is really sweet.
It's honest, transparent.
Zahra is a coach to some.
Okay.
Zahra is a mama to others, a friend, someone you can come to for comfort, but someone who will not let you go unchallenged.
Wow. That's very nice. And you have siblings?
I have we're three girls. I'm the eldest, and I have three boys.
MashaAllah. You're the eldest.
I'm the eldest of my sisters.
Oof.
Yeah.
Are you that cool sister or the mother sister?
I'm definitely the mother sister.
Okay. How's the bond? You guys have a good bond?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah. So there's a 3.5-year age difference between me and my second, and a 14-year age difference between me and my youngest.
Okay.
So that's where I can be coach and mama at the same time.
Yeah. And the boys?
So my eldest is 6 foot.
MashaAllah.
So I no longer look down on longer look down on him.
Yeah.
He looks down on me. You
can't possibly.
Nope. But they're awesome boys.
Yeah.
My eldest is 15. My youngest is 10.
MashaAllah.
And they're cool kids.
Wallah.
They're super cool kids.
What are they into?
Basketball, football.
Sports.
They're very academic. They're very musical.
Really?
They're very worldly.
Okay.
They're really cool kids.
Is it easy to communicate with them, or is it the typical generation that you can't talk to?
Absolutely not.
Fine. Okay, great.
Absolutely not. No, actually, my kids tell me off when I cross the line.
No way.
And I'm open to listen.
Hey, that's something that's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Cool. And tell me about your family, the inspirations, what did like...
I come from a family of matriarchs.
Okay.
My mother is Iranian. My father is Sudanese.
Okay.
I was born in London. We've lived in many countries. Dubai has been home for 20 years.
Wow.
My husband's Palestinian Jordanian.
MashaAllah. What a mix.
But I come from a family of strong women.
Amazing.
And I think that essence is very much a part of me.
Okay.
And I'm grateful that I am married to a strong man who gives me space to be myself without feeling that he's challenged. So
how important is that? We don't see that very often in our
it
society.
wouldn't work as a marriage if it wasn't this way. It wouldn't. I think it's really important for your partner to
respect your space.
Yeah. So my husband is home.
That's amazing.
Right. And it was very important for me to find someone that could be that to me, but also for me to be that to him.
To him, of course.
I can tell you we're married nearly 18, 19 years.
Wow, mashallah.
And he's my best friend. He's my buddy. He's the love of my life.
That is something to look up to.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Because I know that this isn't very common.
You're right.
I feel like, we have friends who are coming at milestones, crossroads, and you are hearing more and more of divorce cases. And I can tell you marriage is not easy, but if you want it to work, you make it work. And the kitchen for me is a space of art. It's a space of therapy. It's a space of connection. And what I love is that it becomes a shared space. It was funny, the other day I was chatting with a friend of mine, and we're 4 moms. We work out together and we share our life stories and experiences together, and we guide each other through challenging times. And she said to me, she's like, I look at the 3 of you and I see you are all strong women, professionals. You're modern, but you all cook. And you make me change my view of what a kitchen is. It's no longer that space. She's like, I usually avoid getting into the kitchen because I'm just like on a subconscious level, I don't want to give into that view of what a kitchen is traditionally viewed for a woman.
Oof.
And so now it's about changing that language. And so I'm very proud to be part of that, that dialogue.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Zahra, tell me about the inspirations from each side, from the Sudanese kitchen, I would say, and the Iranian kitchen.
So
how do they come together in your kitchen?
My kitchen is a celebration of traditional and modern recipes. So my recipes are, I wouldn't say specifically Iranian or Sudanese.
Okay.
They're Middle Eastern.
Hello.
And they're influenced by my mother-in-law, my grandmother, my mother. They are influenced by my memories. Ooh. Because through memories you recreate new memories. I mean, you're an expat and I'm an expat. As a child growing up, I had the privilege of going to my grandparents' home and playing with my cousins. Those are not the same privileges that my kids have.
You're right.
But my kids have those same experiences through our friends.
100%.
And so the other day we were over celebrating a friend's mom's birthday. She was turning 70. Mm-hmm. And all the cousins and all the little nieces and nephews were invited. And we have unofficially become an extended part of their family.
Wow.
And I remember looking at my friend Nadine. I was like, Nadine, you've just gifted my children that same image
yeah.
Or memory that I had from my childhood in Sudan.
I would relate to your kids because I grew up here and I don't have these memories either.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think friends become your family, but it's never that kind of like...
But also your friends get to become part of your experience through food.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know your sister mentioned she has the yulanji.
Yeah.
Yulanji is so much more than just yulanji.
You're right.
Yulanji is a...
Actually brings people together.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you do when you're not in the kitchen? What is that? You just mentioned that you work out. What are your hobbies?
I am a little yogi.
Really?
I try to do
Helps with the zen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have my obviously my social media platform where it's Cooking with Zahra, and I'm through that space. I've published 2 books. I've hosted a couple of TV shows. But from there, I have an offspring business called Zahra's Kitchen.
Okay.
Which is a frozen food retail brand.
Wow.
And we are available in Spinneys, Waitrose, Gibson's, Talabat, Mart.
Amazing.
And a few more other retailers.
Fantastic.
So between the 2 businesses, my family, my plate is quite full.
Okay, got you. Zahra, what's your favorite food? Like, what is Zahra's favorite food?
Oh,
I don't care about the kids, the husband. You, tell me about you.
Baguettes, cheese, and butter.
No way. Yum.
That's all I want.
Sounds very...
Simple.
Yeah.
But good quality
compared
cheese.
To what you make.
But good quality cheese.
Yeah, and sourdough kind of.
Good quality butter. No, I just want like a nice French baguette.
Oof.
With salted butter and brie cheese or whatever cheese.
Oh, I love brie cheese. And if, let's say, Salmon wants to take you out on a dinner date, where would he take you? And you wouldn't have to tell him anything. Like, he has to guess.
Oh, we have our traditions. He knows what it is.
Really?
We go to Kareen. We try to go to Kareen as often as possible.
Okay.
And I love it because we go there enough times where the team knows us. And it's like an extended family. And I like that comfort routine. So you go in like, hi, Zahra, hi, Zahra. Come on in.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Do you want the usual?
Yes, please. The usual. Yeah. Sounds like a movie.
I like finding my little community, my tribe, wherever I go. Whether it's that butcher, whether it's the lady who does my nails, whether it's the restaurant that I go to. I like building relationships within my little comfort zones, and I like taking care of those and nurturing those friendships or relationships. Yeah.
And your favorite occasion is what?
As in?
To celebrate.
My birthday.
Really?
I love birthdays.
Come on.
But I hate them at the same time.
You would want to work on your birthday.
Oh, to work on my birthday?
To make food, yeah.
Yeah. We have a traditional dinner. for everyone's birthdays.
Seriously, Zahra?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are like, I feel like you have like a calendar.
Listen, our birthday dinners become tradition. And look, and I love doing this because you know what? The best thing is when all I do is for my kids, right? So I want them to say, oh, when it was birthdays, Mama used to make us.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean?
I love that, yeah.
So Mama used to make us her apricot glazed short ribs with prawns, grilled prawns,
Yum.
French fries, lemon butter sauce, and the rocket and fennel salad with shaved cucumbers and avocados.
Oh my God.
That's our birthday meal.
Where do I sign and I can be part of the family? Please. All right, here are some fun questions.
Okay.
I'm going to pick out some fun questions that I want to ask you. Oh, that's cute. What was your favorite item of clothing as a kid?
Item of clothing? I don't know.
What was Zahra as a kid? Like, where were you as
Zahra was nosy.
Seriously?
Zahra would ask too many questions. Wow. If she saw a fire, she'd go up to the policeman and be like, excuse me, Mr. Officer, what's happening? I was that child.
Are your kids like that now? As
each of them have different characters of me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Curiosity is good though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Oh, I sit on the airplane, and if we had a delayed flight, I'd sit and chat up the person next to me, tell them my whole life story.
No way.
Oh my God.
You're that annoying passenger?
I was that annoying. But it saved us once.
Zahra, what is the hardest lesson you've ever had to learn?
Say no.
Tell me about it. But why?
It's important. It's important because you start valuing yourself. And it's important to value yourself because when you start valuing yourself, guess what? Others value you too.
It's funny. I actually had it the other way around.
Why?
Because I think I grew up in a house where like my mom is like a great sociable, butterfly, and she always has people at her house. She always has like people she's cooking for, people pleaser kind of thing, and she never says no.
Yeah.
So I grew up on this concept of like the more yes you say, the more love you get. So I really had to unlearn it. It took me a lot of time to just, unlearn that kind of.
Yeah, but this is something that comes with age. I was also a yes person. I've always been a yes person.
Oof.
And today I'm not a yes person. Well, I'm working on not being a yes person. Yeah.
But at least you're trying to like teach it to the kids, right? Uh-huh. Because what is the silliest memory with your best friend?
I've done some.
We want that stuff.
I went backpacking to Chile and Peru when I was 20.
Okay.
But I didn't tell my parents. I bought my ticket into the airport. I said, bye, see you later.
Really? So you were that kind of Zahra. Wow. Adventure and all.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, if you got to live in another country for a year, where would you live?
Nowhere. I'm happy here.
Yeah?
I don't want to live anywhere else.
I agree, man. This is such a perfect place to just...
I don't mind visiting places.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Last question is, what's been your greatest accomplishment until now?
Ma bebes.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Tell me about the books. We didn't talk much about the books.
So my first book is self-titled Cooking with Zahra.
Okay.
That was my personal journey of... So I'm a political science by background. I studied political science. I have my master's degree. I used to be a risk analyst for Dubai Ports. And then I went into the food space. So it took...
When did that transition happen?
It happened naturally. I'm a feeder. So it happened very naturally. And then in 2017, I had finished filming Maggie Diaries, Yomiyat Maggi for MBC One. And the ball was rolling and I said, I'm not putting the brakes. So I went and signed the contract and decided to write my book. And for me, it was a 3-year journey to finally have the courage to do so, because why would anyone want to buy Zahra's books? Zahra doesn't have a culinary degree. Zahra isn't a chef by profession. Zahra's a home cook. So for me, it was...
How did you get over that fear?
The moment I decided I don't care what others think. I'm doing this for myself. And if they like it, great. And if they don't like it, it's okay too.
Value yourself. Yeah. We were just talking about it.
So then I wrote that. It was on the best-selling list. It's available all over. Every Ramadan, I get messages of people telling me there isn't a Ramadan iftar that they've been to where a dish from my book isn't on the table.
No way.
So that's always amazing.
Wow.
The second book I published this February with Dubai Prisons.
Wow.
It was a really cool project. We basically went in, my team and I, and we organized 4 cooking workshops, 2 in the men's and 2 in the women's prison.
Wow.
We collated 30 recipes and we shared their stories and their recipes. So the whole idea is that just because someone goes to prison doesn't mean that they need to be deemed as bad people. They did a bad thing.
You're right.
And everyone has a moment of madness. So always remember to stay humble and don't judge, because it's by the grace of God that if you haven't gone on the wrong tracks, because there's a moment of madness that can happen to everybody. So you have to always make sure you keep yourself.
And we're human, I mean.
Yeah. And you've got silly crimes, like someone who could have been driving and distracted and hit someone by mistake. It could be someone that, there are the accidents that happen. There are some much more extreme cases. And they are doing their time. But
did you come across people that kind of like, you felt like they're like, good people?
They're all good people. They're all good people. And they needed to be seen as they're good people for them to believe that they have the chance to be that again.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I love about Dubai Police, because they do a lot of initiatives inside the prison to make sure that they can rehabilitate all the inmates, so that when they come out, they're able to be part of normal society. And it's really interesting if you hear Colonel Jamila, who is the head of the women's prison. She's mama.
Wow.
She's a mama to all the inmates. Like the love and affection that they have towards her. Like one of the ladies who wrote 2 recipes in the book. When we gifted them the book at the end, after it's published, there was a huge presentation in the auditorium of the prison. You had all the police officers and all the inmates that were in the book attending. And one of them went and made a speech up on the stage. And she said, when we walk into the prison, we're all crying in fear of what it's going to be. And she says, but I also know that the day I have to leave, I'm going to be crying, because I will be sad to be saying to all of the community that they've built inside.
Oh my God, Zahra.
So yeah, listen, don't get me wrong. It is prison. It's not all butterflies and roses.
Of course, yeah.
Right? I mean, but there is a human side to it.
There's a human side. And as should be, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think it's swap time now.
I like these questions. Okay.
Give it to me.
Give it to you. So what qualities do you value most in friends?
I think vulnerability.
Okay.
Kind of, has a human side to it. So definitely someone who's actually vulnerable. The second one, I would say someone who's able to express their love language, because otherwise it's gonna be really like messy and chaotic the entire time. So yeah, communication. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Is there a third one?
You can ask however you want.
How about you add a third one?
Add a third one?
Yeah.
I like what you said, vulnerability and knowing love language. I think being able to put your ego aside and apologize when you know you're wrong.
100%.
Yeah, because we're human. We can make mistakes.
Yeah.
We can also acknowledge that, hey, I validate your feeling and how that made you feel, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Wow. Too much wisdom today with Zahra, guys.
I told you, I'm Mama Bear.
Oh my God.
Coach. Ooh, what fear would you like to overcome?
Top of my head is probably swimming in the ocean.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of the ocean.
My God. And I hate everything below the water.
Why?
I feel like it's just the fear of unknown, but then that's just, normal, right? It's natural, but I think, like, I can swim in a pool, but terrifies me.
Do you think it's maybe because, I don't know if you, but we grew up in a very controlled environment where everything has to be a certain way?
Probably. My God, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially growing up in a small town like me.
I've been to Al Ain, you know that.
No way.
So my husband has extended family that grew up in Al Ain.
Really?
Yeah.
We probably know them.
I'm
Al Ain
sure.
is like this, literally, Zahra. Everybody knows everyone.
Actually, my father-in-law lived in Al Ain before even UAE was established as a country.
Wow.
And he went in with a helicopter and landed in there.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
My
before there were
God.
any roads and
It's
stuff.
a beautiful town.
Yeah.
Very greeny. Yeah.
I like this one.
Go ahead.
What motivates you to go after your goals? What is your goal? Do you
My
know?
goal is to be one of the very, very huge artists
Okay.
globally, in the
Nice.
entire world, you know? And I want to perform at a huge venues like stadiums and be part of huge causes. You know, everything's like so top notch.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what motivates you?
I think it's the grit of like, I want it all. You know, that kind of hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that grit. It's that drive of whatever comes in my way. You know, I just want to smash that thing, you know? So that's
Nice.
it. And definitely the love for music, for that gift that I have from
Can I
God.
ask you a question off my head?
Sure.
Okay. So, how do you manage when someone wants to define you, but it's not you? They want to define who you are.
I think I struggled. I really did. I struggled a lot with that. And I had to literally rehearse the answer to it because it happened a lot to me, especially in the industry of music and me being who I am
Yeah.
and doing what I do. I think it's been a lesson for me to sort of understand as I grow. And I've come to a conclusion. I've come to an answer of, you know, I have a personality of such that I'm, like I said, I have grit, I have anger, I have hunger, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And your opinion no longer matters as long as I know, because I'm a person of faith as well. So as long as I know I'm doing the right thing, nothing's ever going to stop me. And if that's going to sort of like ruin a friendship or a relationship, I think I'm okay to let go.
So Mama Bear is going to come in right now.
Please go ahead.
Anger is a great,
But
use it for as long as it is of use to you.
I have to let go of it, right?
Not necessarily now, but just be careful and be aware that may no longer be a lifeboat that it is serving you to be today.
Oof. What could it turn into?
A very ugly thing. It's the tool that helps you succeed, but it can also be the tool that makes you fail. So if you know when that transition is, just be aware. I'm not saying get rid of it. You might need it right now. But just be self-aware to know when to drop it.
To drop it, yeah.
Yeah.
My God, thank you, Zahra. You're amazing.
I told you, Mama Bear.
You're a lot of things. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
اللي شو رأيك بهالجيل دوخ الكل اوف شو خطير تعال نحكي عن جيلي وجيلك ونسمع جنوة وللجميع